everybody, and welcome to Sim Race TV. We are back live here at Lernerville for the Monsters of Dirt JIR Motorsports Slide Job Sunday, the 360s. And it's the second race of the evening here. Race number 2 for tonight, but it is race number 1 of the season. And it's going to be interesting, these 360s. We just came from the dirt track at Charlotte, so this is a little bit different. And of course, I'm Jay Weezy up here in the SRTV Network booth, and I got Tommy Boy with me. Tom, tell us a little bit about Lernerville.
Well, Lernerville, they gain speed by going along that wall the whole way. No, that's another track. Never mind. No, this is the fun one actually without the wall. So it's always fun and entertaining to see what these guys are going to do. And if they push it too hard, I just watched the number 15 there just go right over the edge. So you push it, go right over that edge, and that edge is not forgiving.
No, it isn't. And, you know, the further you go over it, the longer it takes you to get back up on the track. And a lot of times you got to be very careful coming back up on the track because these cars are running around. It's a small, short track. And I believe we have 56 to 60 cars here. So there is usually a car coming when it's that packed here. A lot of drivers showed up for tonight's race. It's the season opener here for the Monsters of Dirt Slide Job Sundays, the JIR Motorsports 360s. So these guys are out here ready to put on a show for race number 1 and get a good start to the season, because we're going to crown a champion once again. Last season, I believe it was Robert Satterfield got the championship, or
I want to say Dustin Helms took the
Dustin Helms. Yeah, that's right. Dustin Helms got the championship. And I tell you what, he was excited about it, and as he should be.
Yeah, if you take a championship here in the Monsters of Dirt, that's nothing to. You deserve a little bragging rights. That's nothing to go home and just shrug off there.
I totally agree.
Some solid competition, and these guys definitely know how to throw it on dirt. I'll tell you what, I was when I first started here, I was in that D class. You get that confidence, man. You feel like you're going fast because you're racing with all those D-class guys. And then you come here at the Monsters of Dirt, and I couldn't even keep within a half lap of the slowest guy in the Monsters of Dirt. I'm not trying to stray people away. If you want to come join, because you're not going to get better if you don't run laps. But Absolutely. At the same time, these guys are professionals. I mean, they might not be slinging it out on the real track for high dollars, but I'm considering, you know, 90% of these guys professionals. They're fantastic racers, and
I agree with you, man. And you know, they're going to win some money here too. You know, I believe the winner gets some money. I don't quite know how much, but maybe we can listen in to race control here. Let me get race control on. All right, we got race control in the background.
That's a good thing with the Monsters of Dirt. They run a very clean, and on top of that, they reward those drivers with some good pots there. John goes out and really hits up the sponsors and gets them for everything that he can. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, we're looking at the Butcher right now, the 88. Let's jump in the cockpit, man, and see how he's getting around this place here. Howdy. I see you out there. Thanks to everybody that's coming out to watch tonight's race here at Lernerville. Like Hayden, Howdy, Bryson, and every one of you guys out there. You guys are awesome. And if it wasn't for you and the drivers, I don't know what I'd be doing. But as you were saying, Tom, these guys put in hours upon hours out there on the racetrack. So it's not something you can just jump right into. Some may be able to do it, but it takes time, man. And I'm still putting in work.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you're probably still putting in work when it comes to asphalt.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, there's we see the likes of Kyle Arsendale Jr. and these guys come out and they run. They don't always win, so they're trying to fine tune their skills still. And Junior's retired, so
yeah. I ran a race with Junior the other day. It was at Talladega, and I don't know what setup I had. It was something. I think somebody shared it to me, and it just come around off two by itself. I was just riding in the back. I don't know. I ended up finishing last, but either way, Qualifying has just started. We got drivers out on the racetrack. Let's take a look at them as they make their qualifying run to see where they're going to start in their heat race and how fast they can go around this track here at Lernerville. It's a very unique track. And there's a lot of cars, man. Lord have mercy. Look at all these cars.
Look at that Twisted Motorsports paint job of Jason Burton. Somebody tell me you don't like this one, Jay Weezy.
Jason Burton. Let's see if we can find old Jason Burton. There he is. Hayden Cardwell on top of the charts right now. And we're watching, let's see, is it black?
I'm showing a Budweiser Twisted Motorsports collaboration here. It's pretty sharp.
I'm having trouble. There's so many cars. I just...
There he is.
There he is. Oh, yeah. I like that. Of course. And that Twisted Motorsports logo is pretty cool looking logo too. But right now, Davin Cardwell takes over the pole. 13.100 for Davin Cardwell. Joe Isabel just slides up into the top 10, literally slides up into the top 10 there with a fast lap of 13.104, only 4 thousandths off. And then third is Richie Preston. He only sits 1,000th off of Joe Isabel's time. It's only 1,000 separating them. And then Michael Sheridan sitting in fourth. He's got a fast time of 13.129. And we got Mike Keegan, Alex Studinger, Hayden Cardwell, Brayden Eiler, and of course, Jason Giblin and JD Brown. And we're looking at him right now. He's sitting in 10th.
So a little more comfortable position and ride for what JD is used to there. And like I said, even Alex came in and kind of said his way of it too with stepping into that lower powered car. It does take a little more adjustment there, and I'm excited to see what these guys are used to running the stronger cars there, what they're going to do in this first race here. Because something tells me, like I said, JD's a patient guy, but after getting knocked out of that last race, he's gonna want to prove a lot here, and I'd look for him to do something big here.
Yeah, and I was impressed at that last race there. And we just witnessed J.D. Brown going off of the racetrack. He's just out there running laps. So we'll move on to Daniel Cummings, sitting 16th on the speed charts right now, 13.209, his fastest lap so far. And also Ross Carenta, he's out there running laps, 13.342 for him, sitting 28th. And we got a full lobby. There is 60 cars. Zach McSwain still sitting on pit road. His fastest lap currently sitting 29th with a 13.353. And let's see, anybody out on the racetrack? Alex Smolders out there right now running some laps.
So it'd be interesting. I've been running a little with Daniel Cummings Jr. because he's one of our pro drivers as well for the Night All-Star Series. And I'll tell you what, he is not used to the sprint. It's not something he usually does. He's more of a mod and a Pro 8 guy. But he's really come around to these, and he took a win in the officials, like the iRacing. I don't know exactly. You'd know better than me on that. Like the big races that they got going on right now for the sprints. He took a win there, so he's getting ready and he sprint. So he's going to be one to watch progress through the field here. But obviously, on Sunday through Tuesday and Thursday through Saturday, I'm a little partial to 4 different drivers. Wednesday, I got to throw that all out and I gotta call a good race. But until then, I'm gonna pick favorites here.
I ain't mad at you, man. We do have friends out there, so you gotta give them a little bit of show.
All right, enough about your drivers. Let's worry about the broadcast.
All right, well, let's look at some of the people to help make this possible, like Checkers and Wreckers. Tommy Boy and Howdy over there. Good show today, by the way. And Dark Horse Motorsports, Ryan Ray Plumbing Services, Twisted Motorsports, Black and White Sports. And for all your sports needs, where you go?
www.bwsports1.com.
That's right. JIR Motorsports, the Hub Racing Giveaways, AC2 Skins, and Construction Materials. I'm not quite sure how to say that one, but yeah. All those guys do a lot of hard work to help make all this possible for everybody like me, you, and Tommy Boy, and Howdy out there, and Todd Stanton, John Etheridge, and all you guys, man. We're moving on. Heat race number 1 about to kick off.
That is one, you rolled it off like it was nothing, but anytime I try to, and it's one of the easiest ones, 3 letters, AC2. I did it right there, but boy, if I try to say it without thinking about it so hard, for some reason, I can't give Anthony Caudill the gratification to pronounce that.
AC2, baby. All right, let's do the starting grid here. For heat race number 1, it's going to be Brandyn Proudfoot sitting on the pole. Michael Sheridan's going to be alongside him. Row number 1. Row 2, we got Brayden Eiler and Kyle Stoltz. Row number 3, Daniel Cummings Jr., Jason Burton side by side. Row number 4 is going to be Blake DePennant and Ross Carrenta. Row number 5, Dave Bodio and John Bragman. Then we got row 6, Garrett Nieberge and Chris Berger. Jace Wright and Jordan Casey going to be in row 7. Row number 8, all alone, is Dalton Peavy trying to come from the back to the front. I've seen them do it, Tommy. I've seen them. They've done it. And I hate to say it, it's going to make a lot of people mad, but I watched Keith Hackney start dead last to
It
win
doesn't
this
even have to
thing.
be you. It can be Homer Simpson for all I
hear
care.
him singing when they're in
Send
that
him
car by
to
themselves,
FLTV
just
and let's
driving
make it
all
to
alone in
where
the back.
when he does our
What's that?
lineup,
Alone,
it shows
there's no
something when it says your name.
besides me. I love doing that one.
Hey, Will, thanks for stopping by, man. Thanks to all you guys out there watching once again. We got heat race number 1 about to kick off, and we're going to do a 30 lap feature here tonight. Let's see. 40? 35 laps. All right, so top 5 out of these heat races. And a 35 lap feature coming up here tonight for race number 2 of the evening here on Slide Job
35 lap
Sundays. The JIR Motorsports Slide Job Sundays, that is. And I always say Sundays. Is it Sunday, Sunday, or Sunday?
It is whatever you want it, because this is your show and it is you, sir. So you say it however you want to say it.
Well, we got a question, man. What kind of wheel and pedal setups do these guys run? Well, I tell you what, I do the VR with the V3 pedals and the G29 wheel. And I know Tommy Boy's got a G29 and a butt kicker, and I'm not sure about the pedals.
Yeah, I use the G29, the old pedals off that. No modifications on them yet. You know, I was talking to, that's what JD runs as well. I was talking to him about the G29. And he likes them. Just tells me I need to be more patient with them. So it's not always about what you run, but hey, there is some nice equipment out there that does definitely help.
Green flag waves, and look at the way Brandyn Proudfoot takes control of this restart here, because he was the leader coming to the line there, and he is the one out front leading these boys and girls around. Michael Sheridan and Brayden Eiler is your top 3, and the top 5 will transfer right now, and it's Kyle Stoltz, Jason Burton, the last one in that transfer spot. And we're at Lernerville. A lot of people are scared of this track, man, but I think this track's going to come to iRacing and make iRacing better. Keep guys from being so far up on that wall. A lot of people like to run right up next to that wall. Well, here, you got the opportunity to fly into next week if you try that. We got one off the course now.
Yep, and good thing with him, he's patient to get back on. I've been at races, guys come back on. They go off, and I don't know if it's just your mentality as a racer. You want to get going as fast as you can, and you don't think about going over that berm when 6 other guys are coming up there riding the top. But I've seen some nasty images on these tracks, so it's always interesting here at Lernerville.
Yeah, it's easy to pull right back up in front of people and make a lot of people mad, that's for sure. A lot of racing going on out there. Proudfoot is your leader. Michael Sheridan, Brandyn Eiler, that hasn't changed up front, along with Kyle Stoltz and Jason Burton. Your top 5 transfer spots. Back here in 6th is Daniel Cummings Jr. Right behind him is, let's see, Ross Carrenta, Dave Bodio, Jace Wright, and Garrett Nieberge. Let's see if we can find some racing, because this thing got stretched out. The 28 in the infield. That was John Bragman, I believe.
Yeah, and you know,
we got
my
one in the pits. A couple guys done parked
Low.
it, Tom.
Yeah, we got, 4 laps down, 1 lap down, so they were definitely running before.
All right, final time around. Brandyn Proudfoot's been in control. He is still in control.
A little 3 wide action there for, what was that, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I believe.
Yeah, great racing going on between those guys. Brandyn Proudfoot is going to walk away with the win. Michael Sheridan, Kyle Stoltz, Brandon Eiler, Jason Burton are your top 5 transfer spots.
Yeah, that one seemed like it, once it got single file there, up until the final bit, it was just kind of, these guys were going to run safe and just really try to do their best to stay on the track and not cause anything for themselves there.
Yeah, and I don't know if we missed it or not. Maybe something happened that separated the guys. They had to check up because things got kind of spread out. But it tightened up quick at the end, especially up for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, those spots.
I'm wondering if when he went off the track there, if guys didn't check up there to get into him, and that kind of is what's the pack up there a little bit.
Yeah, it's quite possible there. But guys are down on pit road, ready for heat race number 2. And I'm ready. You ready?
I'm always ready.
I'm always ready. Let's go. Grid him up. Davin Cardwell is going to be on the pole of this one, and alongside him will be Mike Keegan. Row 2, we got Jason Giblin and Jeff Isabel. Row 3 is going to be Jeremy Zarfos and Chris Fisher. And Jeremy come out. He's trying to make it 2 in a row. He just won the 305s. Let's see if he can do it again. Row number 4 is going to be Ryan Stillwell and Zach McSwain. Row 5, Dustin Hall and James Smith. Row number 6 is going to be Anthony Cottle and Josh Burton. Row 7 is Randy Rockwell and Bob Rafferty. And that's going to do it. 14 drivers, top 5 will transfer. Davin Cardwell is your one in control of this one.
Yep, and I'm going to have to go with Keegan just because I saw the way Davin came onto the track. He kind of jumped that entrance there, and I'm a firm believer in that suspension is definitely affected when you hop that there. So it'll be interesting to see if Davin has any issues there because he did have a nice little ramp onto the track there out of the pits.
Well, I know it'll damage it in the rally cars. Green flag is out. Cardwell throws the pedal down and leads him off into turn number 1. Jason Giblin down there on the bottom in that number 9J. Right in front of him is the 5J of Jeff Isabel. Cardwell moves to the bottom.
Prove me wrong here. It looks like, that's really, if you can run somewhat fast on that bottom line here at Lernerville, I really feel like if you're in the middle of the pack, that's where you want to run. Because if that one guy slides over the top, then you can really gain a lot of ground there. And if that one guy checks up behind him to avoid him, I mean, you could be find your way into a transfer position.
Yeah, and it's working out for him right now. He's continuing to lead. Isabel's going to move down there, but moves right back to the top side there. They were almost 3 wide for that number 3 spot.
I'm going to say the move, I don't know how long he's been on Twisted, but I'm going to say this move, I mean, Davin almost looks a little more mature driving this thing, so that move may have really helped him out for the good here.
Yeah, and hey, I hope it does, and 5 laps to go on this one. He's just got around a lap car there. I believe that was Bob Rafferty. Don't quote me on that. These guys are moving pretty quick from my slow eyes. I'm a little bit older than you, Tom, so I have a little bit more trouble. I got my eyeglasses on and stuff,
You say that, but I don't know if that's true, sir.
Hey, Corey, man, thanks for that. I appreciate it. It makes me feel good.
There we go. Mike Keegan comes around. He's going to throw the slider on Davin.
Yeah.
Does Dick know Davin's going to have the speed to get back around him here? Now they're going to be going at it for the next 2-3 laps here to finish it off.
Yeah, and I was watching a race just like this before, and I was listening in on the radio, and contact. Cardwell round, still in a transfer spot. If he can get it back up to speed, the number 5 of Chris Fisher sitting in second as the white flag waves. Cardwell gets it going again and keeps it out in front of that number 5 of Chris Fisher. Incredible. Like Mike Keegan will get the checker flag in the win for heat race number 2, but not without a little controversy. Chris Fishers, Jeremy Zarfos, and Jason Giblin will round out your top 5 transfer spots. Wow.
If only on that, there's a famous race in Indianapolis 500 history, the old spin and win. And I thought we were about to see the old spin and win.
He did a full 360, and you know, I don't doubt if we had a few more laps, he might have tried to get back to him, and he probably would have had a shot at it.
I really feel like Twisted Motorsports needs to save that replay, and that needs to be like on there.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, what's better right there? The tornado twisting, and just fantastic driving by Gavin. I mean, the puppy there is looking like a full grown dog. So
yeah,
right on.
He wasn't taking third. Let's just say that.
No, not at all. And the fact that he didn't hit anybody, because I know at least myself in that situation, Weezy, is I'm slamming that gas pedal and I'm not looking around me because I'm freaking out. So
yeah. Your adrenaline's
not only
pumping,
him, but the drivers around him too, for being aware of what was going on.
Yeah, it was a great job by everybody on that, including
both of us.
Man. All right, let's do our starting grid for heat race number 3. Joe Isabel and Alex Studinger, your front row. Row 2 is going to be JD Brown and Alex Smoters. Row 3, Adam Buchanan and Josh M. Dick. Row 4, Bailey Hipp and Jacob Todd. Row 5 is going to be Josh Phillips, Trevor Shaw alongside him. Row 6, Jeremy Isabel and Jace Johnsrud. Row number 7 is Gregory Nielsen and Daniel Stifler. And Chase Odom's going to round out, looks like 14 drivers? Or
so 15. I have to give a little shout out to one of the drivers in the Gregory Nielsen. He is the gentleman that hooked Checkers and Wreckers and Monsters of Dirt up. So there's a little background there with War Faction Motorsports.
Almost 3 wide there on that start. JD Brown got a little happy with it. And here we go already. The 54, Alex Studinger, makes a move to get around our leader. And looks like Joe Isabel's going to let it slide right now, but he ain't going to let it slide for long unless that 54 of Alex Studinger can pull away. Here comes another move. Is that Alex Smolders? Alex is getting it.
Yep, and these guys, you can tell just the speed difference, the power difference in the... Whoa! And
there goes your leader.
And I wonder how far he went. He was on that loud pedal when he crossed over there, and he just showed up in the pit. So I think you know that boat down there?
Yeah.
Ready to dock that bad boy. And now we got the number 6, the Joe Isbell, and Alex Studinger going at it.
Yeah, Joe Isabel going to take the lead back. I bet he wasn't too mad about that happening there after losing the lead to Alex Studinger. I'm sure Alex is a bit, frustrated at the moment. So we won't talk much about that. Here we go. Side-by-side battle for the lead. Joe Isabel, Alex Smoters going at it. Isabel's going to throw it on in there. Can the Smoters pull upside it? Yes, he's going to throw it down to the bottom. Right across the nose of Isabel. Isabel with the crossover. Now they are side-by-side once again. The high side looking good for Smoters. That momentum is built up. Isabel cannot get it done on the bottom. Gonna have to make another move. 3 laps to go.
You almost wonder if Isabel would have waited and held off and didn't try to make that slide job attempt on that first turn. If he would have just held off for that next turn, if he would have had the momentum to go around him there, I think that slowed him down quite a bit there, Jay.
It definitely could have been a part of that. And look how they go into the corner, almost actually touching the dirt there. Alex Smoters got that left front tire in the dirt, or the grass, I'm saying.
Got to cool the tires off somewhere, right?
Yeah, hey, if it works, it works. But right now, he's throwing down some pretty good lap times. 13.864 is his best. 13.941. He's almost 2 or 3 tenths faster as he takes the checker flag. He's going to be the winner here for heat race number 3. Joe Isabel, JD Brown, Adam Buchanan, and Jeremy Isabel will be your top 5 transfer spots.
And another fun one to watch here. That was a good one, and just unfortunate for the other Alex that he saw the ugliness of Lernerville there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one little slip up and it'll slip away from you literally.
you got some big name hitters in this this field here.
All right, well, let's find out who it is. Your starting grid is Richie Preston and Hayden Cardwell. Going to be in row number 1, side by side. Row number 2 is going to be Kyle Keene and Robert Satterfield. Row number 3, Al Balducci and Justin Williams, the Butcher.
I'm going to do that every time you say Balducci. I'm doing the Butcher.
Hey, I'm fine with it. Row 4, Josh Gayman and Chris Sabasque. John Etheridge and Bryson Daffrin in row number 5. Row 6 is going to be GJ Boydell and David Farnett. Row number 7, Lori Mace and Clay Pollo, I think.
So after today's show, I think I'm going to call John Etheridge, the owner. Let's call him the fireman. Did you see that?
Okay. Hold on. Let me get my pen out. Let me write all these down.
John was talking to us and his wife set off the fire alarm.
Oh, yeah. He said, I told her I'm going to be on the show. She wanted to be on it too. Oh, man. All right, we're getting set to go green, so let's cut the music and take a look at some of these cars as they get ready. The pace truck is still out on the racetrack, but it's about to pull off. You got that number 7 on the outside, the Bad Racing. That's Hayden Cardwell. Your leader, Richie Preston, in control of this one, and he stomps on it.
He stepped on it. He stomped on it. He did whatever you wanted. He put his foot down. They're going 4 wide into this turn. Hayden gets a little loose. But, man, that's what I was riding with somebody, and what they said about Hayden Cardwell is they've never seen somebody push to the limit so much like Hayden Cardwell does. He is always riding right on the edge. He's like, and if you're familiar with Formula One driving and stuff, that's how I consider it, those guys. I mean, they're always on the edge. Yeah. This, you get him in a real race car, I'd look out for him. I think he could have a future.
And that's like Kyle Busch, you know, he kind of, that's the way he does. He's always, it's either really, really loose or really, really fast, you know, and that's being on the edge. So we got a race going on. Balducci out there sliding around with Josh Gayman.
They're going 3 wide here. You got to love that. They're going 4 wide.
Oh, Gayman around.
A little love tap. That's what we, that's a little brotherly. He did. That's the fantastic driving here, Monster.
What a wheel, man. I couldn't imagine the
amount
of work.
Did that?
Yeah, I know. Oh, he does go around that time. That's going to end it for him. He's going to go to the alphabet. He's going alphabet racing as Hayden Cardwell leads this one. Robert Satterfield, Kyle Keene, Al Balducci, and Richie Preston are your top 5 transfer spots. Justin Williams, this man right here, the first one on the outside looking in. Bryson Daffrin running in 7th. Chris Sabasque, John Etheridge, and GJ Boydell round out your top 10.
See, right now would be a great time to pop into Hayden's car and say, hey, Hayden, this is Tommy over here. And that would be entertainment right there.
I was looking at one of these cars, and it's got a logo on there that says over the wall. And I was thinking, not here.
Exactly, unless you're hitting that wall coming into the straightaway and you're flipping over the darn thing, because I think I've done that before.
I do not doubt it. It's not easy to hit or not miss. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Hayden Cardwell coming off the corner for the final time, way down on the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to take that checker flag and prance around Lernerville with the win. Cardwell going to get heat race number 4. Robert Satterfield, Kyle Keene, Al Balducci, and Richie Preston. It's your top 5.
Another solid heat race there. I don't know what the drivers are saying in there. I'm heated in there, but as far as we're seeing, it looks like a solid, like I said, a solid run, and these guys are keeping it clean for the most part.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
And hats off to these guys. You're always going to get, you might have a messy night here and there. That's going to happen in racing. But when you come to the Monsters of Dirt, you're going to get some solid racing. That's the facts there.
I guarantee it. And I'm always excited to watch the B main and the feature, man. That it's always really good. David, I see you out there talking, man. I haven't even seen you around, so I don't know how you know if you're good or bad. Get on the track, do some laps.
It's the only way to get better there.
I just haven't seen him. He said I used to be good, but now I'm not. But I mean, I ain't even seen him out there. Like to. I used to watch him, man. He is good. Yeah, he's one of the first Cardwells that I met. A very good dude.
Like every single Cardwell is involved in racing, so I don't know if
Top
it just
four
says in the bloodline there.
Only 4 cars after the guys left the room.
We got Josh
So,
Gayman
no
and
cautions,
Chris
just race it up.
Berger sitting on the front row. Ryan Stillwell, Jace Johns Root, David Farnan, Jordan Casey, Zach McSwain, Daniel Stifler, Clay Poyo, Dalton Peavy, and Chase Oldham in this one. And how many we taking? Looks like 4.
4 are going through.
Taking 4 out of this one, 4, and then 5. All right, 4 is going to go to the C main for another shot at it. Here we go. Green flag. It's going to be hard to beat Josh Gayman, especially when he's starting on the pole. But
Berger got a little loose there on the start, so that just really opens it up there for Gayman as he is. Well, I say that. And, oh yeah, he is taking off fairly good there.
Gayman is not playing no games in this one. You see the distance between them. It's 1.7 seconds if you don't know the gap. But we do have a side-by-side battle, somewhat side-by-side battle right here. The 37 of Chris Berger and Ryan Stillwell. And we do only have 5 on the racetrack. I don't know the reason that it signs these guys up and they don't run. Maybe you can enlighten me.
I mean, from what I've heard, I don't know if guys are running off and they're trying to make other races real quick and they try to make it back and things like that. That is the explanation that I've got, and I'm not certain that that is what it is. But it seems in the past in the leagues that I have sat through, that is the case. Is they're trying to get a few races in, because it seems like I mean, your popular time in iRacing is right now. So, you got different leagues that are out there, and these guys want to. You got these racers here. They want to run. They want to race everything.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff kicks off around 8, 9, 10 Eastern time. So there's a lot of racing to be had here on iRacing.com, and I love iRacing, man. It's a lot of fun. It's a little bit addictive, I'd say. I've been on here for about 3 or 4 years, and it's almost like every day. I at least want to race once. But, I was just curious because, it shows 11 cars supposed to be in this one, but there's only 5s, and it happens quite a bit, so.
Exactly, yeah. And I've seen it happen more often than others. So, I mean, that's where we just have to ask the drivers and everybody to really stick through it and give us as much entertainment as they can.
Oh, we got some info here from John Etheridge, the admin. He said partly frustrated that they didn't make it in the heat races, so they move on.
There you go.
The next one.
John doesn't sugarcoat it. If you want a sugar cookie, you don't go ask John for that. It is because you ain't going to get a sweet answer. He's going to give you the real answer. I'm not saying anything bad there because, like I said, I give John all the credit in the world. He runs a fantastic series here in the Monsters of Dirt, and really just puts on. I'm not a driver myself, but I talk to these guys, and they really seem to enjoy the Monsters of Dirt, and they really, whether or not they like him, that's one thing, but they respect the guy. Yeah. So to gain somebody's respect, whether the guys are 15 years old or they're 40-some years old, I mean, that shows a lot about the person you are.
Easy now.
Gayman wins this one by a virtual mile.
Absolutely, yeah. Gayman, Chris Berger, Ryan Stillwell, and David Farnan. Zach McSwain, 5th, 7 laps down.
Yeah, I saw him kind of go off the track there. And unfortunate for Zach McSwain is we see a very good driver there.
Will he get another shot at it?
That's what, if enough fall out, there's a good possibility that they might bring him there. That's what I'm not 100%
Yeah,
certain.
I'm not seeing him in here in the C main. Maybe he'll get another shot in the B main. He finished 5th in that one, so we'll see what happens. But right now, we're going to move on. It's the C main at Lernerville for the Monster of Dirt JIR Motorsports Slide Job Sunday 360 race here. Your starting grid as drivers are sitting down on the pits. GJ Boy Dale going to be starting pole in this one with Blake Dependent alongside him. Row number 2, Dustin Hall and Jacob Todd. My eyes were deceiving. See, that's that 40 stuff kicking in there. Row number 3, John Etheridge and Jace Wright. Row number 4 is going to be Bob Rafferty and Greg Thielson. Row number 5 is Lori Bass and John Bragman. Row 6 is James Smith, Alex Studinger. Josh Gayman and Chris Berger is going to be in row 7. Ryan Stillwell, David Farnan in row number 8. Row 9 is empty. That's the end of the field. There's only a few drivers not in this one. It's Bob Rafferty. Just one, Bob.
And he was in that whole run in the 305. So at that point, when you see one guy drop out like that, you almost wonder if it was a computer issue, an internet issue, something like that. The kids get on the old Wi-Fi at this time, and they slow down the racing. Can't be happening.
Yeah, that's when you go dedicated or go to bed.
Exactly, you got that. Right.
Go watch a movie, and don't watch it on.
No, because they're taking Wi-Fi.
Watch a DVD.
There you go.
Look
at the paint, the 014. I really like that. It's like a throwback Coca-Cola classic here.
Yeah, and he's from Canada. That's GJ Boydell, man. Very fine gentleman right there, man. He's a young man. He's I think he's my age. Here we go. Green flag's out. Boydell getting bullied on the first lap. They didn't give him a chance to get going. 3 wide. I hear trouble in the back for some people, and then John Etheridge goes around along with the 52 of Jacob Todd.
And that's where I started off with a single monitor, and when you're driving dirt in a single monitor like that guy could have had no idea that John was right there, unfortunately, because I'll tell you what, when I went up to trips and I can see out the sides of my car, it's a whole new world. I mean, you understand.
I totally agree. Yeah, I don't see why people even try it on a single monitor. And in fact, they don't even use monitors. They use TVs. They get like a 2070 and then they put it on TV. It's like, why didn't you just get a 1550 or something? But it's kind of like I was trying to explain it. Racing on a single monitor is kind of like looking down a toilet paper roll or something. Like you can't see anything. Once I went VR, man, I mean, you can see everything. Contact between the guys up running in the front.
Dustin Hall,
yeah, and Blake Dependent. But Hall's going to come out of that one ahead of that. GJ Boydell manages to hang on to 3rd, but he's got trouble. Josh Gayman takes that number 3 spot away. Gayman been working his way up through the field. And Boydell still in a transfer spot as it sits right now. 10 laps to go still in this one.
Yep, and there will be no loss of entertainment here as these guys are going to throw it out as long as they possibly can. Because for some of these guys, it's either put up or shut up and get out. So you got to get up to that spot, and you're going to.
Right now, that spot, Dustin Hall has it, and I'm not sure how far ahead he is. It looks like 0.2 seconds ahead of Josh Gayman. Gayman is on a rail out there, and we got a viewer out there. Will Smith said, come on, Josh. Well, it looks like Josh has got a good shot at this one as he pulls up alongside Dustin Hall. And he is going to power around him on the outside, and he's doing what you said. He's just putting it all out there on the line like Hayden Cardwell, kind of pushing that comfort zone.
And we saw Dustin Hall. He just got a little too sideways there, and that's going to scrub off a good amount of speed there. So be interesting to see if within the last, 5 laps here, he can reel him in. And I see the yellow car. Who is that? Christopher Bruno. Somebody's dropping good. I don't know who exactly. Oh, and then we got tangled up behind them.
Oh, the 067, and we got another one around. Oh, what in the world?
They are just rubbing all over each other here in the midfield. They like
stays
up
green.
close and personal here. Hey, nothing wrong with that. If they're going to allow you to slow dance in a burning room, hey, slow dance in that burning room.
That's the first time for that one, but I like it.
That just came. I'm a weird one that just popped in my head. I don't know why.
I'd say unique is a better word for it.
My wife would argue weird.
Well, you know how they are.
Oh yeah. So these guys, it looks like they have just found that single file line. And let's see if John Etheridge causes trouble here for the leader in Gayman, or if Gayman will just run around him, no problem here. You never like to see the leader get caught up in some traffic. The white flag's flying, and Gayman's got enough.
Yeah. He stepped on it. He let off there a little bit to keep from, causing any kind of conflict there. Josh Gayman wins this one. Alex Studinger, Dustin Hall, GJ Boydell, and Chris Berger. Actually, Chris Berger did not transfer. Good run there by GJ Boydell, able to hang on to a top transfer spot. And first time I was at Lernerville, Tommy, I come out of the pits. You know how the pits is kind of a little bit in the back. You got to drive down, and then once I got there, you got to drop in, man. It's almost like dropping in a skateboard ramp, one of those half pipes or whatever. And like you were saying earlier, yeah, that drop, it's a decent drop, man. You could damage something.
I got wheel damage. Yeah, the first time I did it, I did.
Really?
When I saw him do that, that's where I was wondering. It's like, man, you hate to see a guy come up over that berm and really just end his race before it even started. But unfortunately, some guys like to do that ramping because it's a little fun.
Yeah.
It's going to cost them, a little bit of speed there at the end. So Lernerville has a lot of aspects to the track that really make this a fun one to run. So speaking of Lernerville, we were looking into some stuff for the old Pricks of Pavement that's starting on Saturday here with the Monsters of Dirt. And have you ever ran Oxford?
Oh, absolutely. Oxford Plains.
It's like the asphalt Lernerville there. So I challenge you, if you're a dirt guy, to hop over there and do a little run in there, because it's a good little track and it'll remind you of Lernerville here. So
we'll go do some drift in there or something. Eh?
There you go. Exactly.
Have some fun with it. All right, well, we're moving on. B-Main coming up here. Drivers are out there ready to get this thing going. And I believe it's top 5 is going to advance to the feature in this B-Main. Let's take you through the starting lineup. Daniel Cummings Jr. and Jeff Isabel will be on the front row, with Bailey Hipp and Bryce Daffern right behind them. Row number 3 is going to be Ross Carenta and Josh Burton. And row number 4, we got Trevor Shaw and Chris Sabasque. Row number 5 is Dave Bodio and Anthony Cottle. Josh Phillips and Justin Williams going to be row 6. Row 7 is Garrett Nieberge and Randy Rockwell. And row number 8, Josh and Dick, Josh Gayman, way back there in row 8. Row number 9, Alex Studinger and Dustin Hall. And row number 9, all alone, GJ Boydell, your final transfer from the C-Main.
So another good group of guys here. I expect this one to be a pretty clean race here. And another one of those drivers from my Wednesday team starting on the pole here, Dan Cummings Jr. I like to, like I said, I'm interested to see his progression in the sprint.
Trouble for 3 of them off of the racetrack.
Guys off the track.
Yep, Jeff Isabel, Bryson Daffern, and Bailey Hipp.
Oh, that's a hard one to see there.
They get it back on the racetrack. A couple of them do, but the caution does come out. We watched that live. No need to see it again, but hey, we watched it anyways.
And that's like I said, I've been talking to him and seem to know a little bit about him and his racing style. And Dan doesn't seem to worry too much on the track. If what's ever going on behind him, it's going to happen anyways. But I know part of him had to be a little elated when he saw all 3 of those guys go off.
Alright, guys, pretty much everybody who was involved in causing it was
Those were
involved
three
in
really
the wreck,
tough
so
competitors
line it back
behind
up,
him,
let's go.
and I don't know if it may have, opened up a little breathing room for him there.
Yeah, it's tough to watch too, man. Those
You never
guys,
wanna-
they wanted in. It looks like Bryson Daffern got stuck down in a fence down there, so he had to call the hooker, and Bailey Hip and Jeff Isabel made their way back up on the racetrack. So they're not out of this thing yet, but they did get tangled up together there, and it all started just by a little bit of contact.
Just a little bit of love, going a long way there. So, in the 305s, we were watching JD Brown tear through the field. In this one, I think keep your eye on that 11 spot there. He's been the fast guy out here for the 360s, and that is Joshua Gayman.
Yeah.
He's got a slew of fans in the comment section, and he is proving to us why those fans come to watch him. So.
Right, and he's picked up 4 spots so far. And we're only 5 laps in, and 3 of these laps were cautions. So in 2 laps, he picked up 4 spots. Well, let's see what he can do. He's going to have about 14 laps to go. And here we go, the green flag. Ross Carenza with a little bobble there, with a little contact with Josh Phillips. They
Looks
keep
like
it straight, though.
Junior there too. I don't know on that start if maybe they both got into the gas a little and kind of just angled into each other, or what exactly happened there.
We got another one off the racetrack.
It looks like as they're coming off onto that main stretch that everybody kind of got a little squirrely here. So starting to slick off a little more than it's shown, or these guys just kind of on it more so when they call it trouble. 57 into the number 10 machine there.
Oh no, Trevor Shaw makes a hard hit with somebody. The caution does not come out. We stay green.
We got the 19. Is that was that Trevor Shaw? Oh, it looks like Anthony Caudill and Burton, I believe. I could be wrong on Anthony there, but looks like Burton got in a little scuffle there and fell back through the field. And then we have a change of leader here. Dave Bodillo is now in the lead. Took it from Daniel Cummings Jr. I did not see him. He got that on. But look in third place now. Wow. He's still got, 6-7 laps to finish this off. But Joshua Gayman up to third place now.
Yeah, I need to get that theme song from the Jeffersons here for this Josh Gayman guy, because when he has a tough start in qualifying in his first heat race, he does a lot of passing out there in these.
Moving on up, moving on up.
Hey, nice Christmas song, by the way.
Did you like those?
Yeah, the red Mustang, or what was it? The
Chevy, the red tint paint.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I thought you said Mustang. You sure it wasn't a Mustang?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
The Ford Mustang. All right. Anyways, Dave Bodie still leading. Daniel Cummings Jr. sitting in second. And you're watching a battle go on right here between him and Alex Studinger. Studinger in that 54, and here comes that 177 of Josh Gayman. Gayman putting in work down on the bottom as they make their way around Bryson Dafford. Dafford gonna pull it off the track.
I think that was
stuck in the fence early.
Yeah, you look in the rear view, you see the leaders there, and that's what it looked like. He realized he was behind him, and he took a turn towards the inside, and that's exactly what I would do. You don't want to cause the leader any problems there, especially if you're a back marker. I mean, nothing against you being there, but sometimes
Caution comes out. Wow. It's a war faction machine. I know that. It looks like it may be Trevor Shaw. All right, let's go look at the replay since we're under caution.
I really like the smile on the Lightning McQueen of Dan Cummings Jr. on the front wing there. I think that looks really good.
All right, we watched the replay. A little bit of contact between, I'm not sure who that was, and Trevor Shaw, but it really hurt Trevor Shaw. Let's take a look at this wing. There was actually another car around. Oh, yeah, that's neat, man. There was another car around as well with Trevor Shaw there, so also might have come out even though Trevor Shaw brought it out. I don't know. One of those guys brought it out. Either way, I hate to see it for Trevor Shaw. I like watching Trevor out there, man. He's pretty good. That whole team, man, War Faction.
Yeah, they.
All right, guys,
like
just so you know, on these lower main,
War Faction team,
if
he is
it's
the
a
one that
single
brought
car
the
wreck
Checkers
or a
Records
two-car
boys the
wreck,
dirt.
and
So
y'all
you
get
can
going
either
right
thank
away,
him,
we're not throwing
or
a
you can
caution.
give him a nice little swift kick
If
in
it's a wreck
the groin area.
just
However
like that with
you,
multiple cars
wanna look
blocking
at
the
that.
track
So,
and all that, and then we
I
gotta
don't
throw a
care.
caution, but we're
Just
trying
as
to
long
get to the
as
feature
you love us,
guys.
you hate us, just as long as you
No
tune in to
offense
see
to
us fail or
anybody,
succeed.
but
That's all
you
I say.
smack the wall, turn it sideways, and go back straight, and we're not going to throw that caution.
I always want to be one of the musicians
Unless
that
it's
people
not
when they
half
bought
of the
their
field.
albums and burn them. Or like the athletes like LeBron James, burn my jersey. That's fine. You bought it.
You know what? I should have had you sing the national anthem, man. I didn't even think about it.
Well, maybe we can do that for Wednesday's start off there.
You got that $1 million vocal box.
I was a lot better back in the day, believe it or not.
Well, I wasn't a lot better ever. Here we go. About to go back green. It's going to be 2 laps to go. So a green, white checker coming up.
And that is plenty of time for any of these guys here. I mean, you look at these top 4 guys, any of these guys in here can really sling this up there for the win, I think. Even if you look back at the 57 Phillips there, he might have a chance to be slinging down low. They are on it. And look at the 57. He's trying to take it low, just like I said there. I think Dan Cummings in that Lightning McQueen, he gets, he goes down to the bottom. I was going to say, I think he got stuck up top, but he proves me wrong. He shoots it down low. And
that's going to end his night, Josh Phillips.
Did Josh end up taking it over the run there? And look at the 54 on that slide job there, Jay. Ooh, just not it.
Oh, no, that caused a little bit of trouble, it looked like, but that was the checker flag, so it's over anyways.
That was a nice
Checker
move to
flag
transfer
goes to
spot on the
Dave
high side. Remember not to get
Bolio
into
and Daniel
after the
Cummings
race.
Jr., Josh Gayman.
If it disqualifies you, I can't
I'm
put you in
missing
the
Sometimes
those.
these dirt tracks, it is hard to see the start-finish line, whether you're driving, calling the race, you're watching the race. It's not the easiest thing for me. It's not as clear as it is in asphalt.
That was a great finish though, man. Throwing a slide job there off through 3 and 4 to get a, just, I was trying to say something earlier before, whatever happened and it cut me off. But I was listening to the radio chat of the drivers once, and I seen somebody throw a slider, man, and usually it's not going to pay off, but it does give you a shot to maybe slow them up or kind of distract them enough so that you could keep getting closer and closer to them. And you see them throw a slider, and it's like, what do you do that for? It ain't going to work. And it's like, well, I got to try something. That's what he said on the radio, and I was thinking, you know what? He's got a good point. You got to try something. I mean, you just
I'm
wanna
watching
follow
it
the
right
leader?
now.
Exactly. So not to quote F1 or keep going back to that, because I'm a huge fan, but a great legend, Ayrton Senna, once said, when you stop feeling the need to put it into the place, you're not a racer anymore.
Right.
And I know that is exactly what you're saying right
Hey,
there.
buddy,
You're not going to risk that
on the
slider on the
feature.
last lap.
Cost
I mean,
that
there's
man
chance
the
if you
spot
don't
in that
have it, you
feature.
don't
I
have
can't do nothing about that.
If you're
That
thinking
would
to
be
yourself,
one
man,
issue. Next time
I think I can get this.
It cost you the
You got to
feature
go
too.
for it if you're a racer, because
That's a very
shot,
unfortunate
man. Give it a
situation
shot.
there, guys.
that's the difference between a championship and a second or third
And all the
place.
things we can do with admins, we can't go back and fix that.
We got the admin doing the driver's meeting. We can listen in if you guys want, but I think we might have missed it. I don't know.
I talk too much. I apologize.
No, that's what we're here for. We're here to talk to the fans, although I can't talk to them right now. Maybe I could. Let me see.
So Greg Steelson is a little worried right now. He's afraid after I
that's not the way we
told
run this
everybody
league.
that,
It's worked
he's
very
the reason
good for
we
us.
came into the
That's
dirt
a very
world.
unfortunate incident.
People are going to gang up and wreck him, beat him up, take his kids out. Hopefully, you know, we're not that bad. But, no. He said, hopefully I don't kick now. No, they'll just wreck you.
I said that messed somebody up. Did it messed somebody up? You talking about that slide job? I'm just kind of going back through the chat. I hadn't been paying attention for a few minutes.
There's times I'll do that. Exactly, man. And sometimes if you don't pay attention just for a couple of short minutes, that's all it takes. And
yeah, I try to keep up with them. You know, the people out there watching are the reason that I like to do this, though. You know, there's a lot of great people out there, and I like to bring everybody a good show. You know, these guys are out there racing. You got a baby crying or something?
Not me. Don't scare me like that.
No,
I think in the basement.
That is our admin talking. It sounds like a baby crying. But no, I'm joking. I'm only joking.
You must be talking about John.
John, who?
If anybody listens, John and I, like, you would think we hate each other. But we really have a lot of respect for each other, and we've been a tremendous help to each other here. We wouldn't be where we are without Monsters of Dirt, and I like to think Monsters of Dirt might not be as good as they are without us.
Hopefully, you know, you want to bring something to the table, and you know, could you imagine all the stuff that John does, you know, behind the scenes? He puts in a lot of work, man. So you gotta thank the guy for putting all this together, man. Big shout out to John Etheridge, man. Good job. And we definitely appreciate it, man. We love watching these guys out on the racetrack. Final practice is almost over. Less than a minute left right now. The fastest on the track. And final practice is Brandyn Proudfoot. Hayden Cardwell sits second with Alex Smolders, Mike Keegan, JD Brown's your top five. And you can take a look at the rest of the names out there. But I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to ask you. You got a pick for this one?
Let me look at the I'm gonna play bias here, but when you got Hayden Cardwell starting fourth position, good luck rest of the field. Take that position where Bergeron happened last position. I think to take this from Hayden's gonna have to lose the race himself here.
All right, well, let's find out how they're going to line them up. We know Hayden's starting fourth. Good thing he ain't starting on the pole, you know, but where's JD? JD's back there a little bit further. We'll go through the starting grid right now. Brandyn Proudfoot and Mike Keegan are going to do the honors on the front row. And then row number two right behind them, Alex Smolders and Hayden Cardwell side by side. Row number three is Michael Sheridan and Davin Cardwell. Got two Cardwells out there in this one. Row number four, Joe Isabel and Robert Satterfield. Row five is Kyle Stoltz and Chris Fisher. Row number six is JD Brown and Kyle Keene. Row seven is Braden Nyler and Jeremy Zarfos. Row eight is going to be Adam Buchanan and Al Baducci, the Butcher.
The Butcher.
Row number nine, we got Jason Burton and Jason Giblin side by side. Row 10, Jeremy Isabel and Richie Preston. Row 11, Dave Bodillo and Daniel Cummings Jr. Josh Gayman starting 23rd back in that 12th row. Josh and Dick going to be alongside him. Last but not least, the 25 car field here for race number one of the season, the 360s, the JIR Motorsports Slide Job Sundays is Chris Sebaske.
So you got mine. Did you ever end up coming out?
I'll tell you what, the GOAT.
That's what I was going to say. Something tells me you're going to have to go with
You got to do it, man. I tell you, it's hard for me to not want to pick Robert Satterfield, honestly, or Josh Gayman, of course. It's going to take a lot of luck there for Josh Gayman. Green flag is out. We're racing 35 laps at Lernerville, race number one of the season for the Monsters of Dirt.
I like your button.
Okay. All right.
That did sound really good. a little crazy. We should get back to the racing here before we keep talking about bush and stuff like that there.
I'm just glad you finished with
right? So up in the front, we got a little action going on there with Keegan and Proudfoot exchanging positions there. Keegan threw a nice little slider on him, and Hayden looks to do the same thing. Oh, no. Hayden pulls out of the slider as he sees the yellow flag fly.
Wow, most of them up around the top. Let's take a look. I didn't see what brought out the caution, so we're going to have to go find out.
I've never seen a driver hit the abort on a slider as well as Hayden just did. He was going for it, and he just said, nope.
Change of heart.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. Looking at this replay, Robert Satterfield coming out of the pits. He stops, but it wasn't because of him. It is the 25 of Richie Preston, I believe. And he did get some damage from that, but not sure if that's going to hurt him too bad. Maybe you would know more than me.
I was looking at the broadcast to try to catch that because I missed it.
That's all
I
right.
didn't see it, honestly.
No big deal. We got to take a look at the top 5, though, because Mike Keegan is leading laps here, leading these guys around. Brandon Proudfoot, Hayden Cardwell sitting in 3rd. Alex Smolders, Michael Sheridan is your top 5. You got Davin Cardwell, Joe Isabel, Kyle Stokes, Chris Fisher, and Kyle Keene that rounds out your top 10 drivers. And this thing will end right before your eyes if you're not paying attention, because it's only 35 laps and they've got 6 laps complete. It'll be about, 27, 8 laps to go. Let's check on Josh Gayman, sitting back in 19th right now. JD Brown back in 13th. Satterfield coming out of the pits. Not sure what happened to Satterfield. Green flag waves. We're back racing at Lernerville, and Mike Keegan does a great job starting the field off. Hayden Cardwell runs straight to the bottom in 1 and 2. Everybody else up on the high side, that 22. Ooh, almost. That was almost something special there. Alex Smolders is chasing Brandon Proudfoot around the high side as Hayden Cardwell keeps it down on the bottom. Not sure if that's by choice or he just can't find a spot to get up as the caution flag is back out.
And he did. He found that spot just to squeeze up into it. So it made me think, I was about to say, sometimes you see a driver that is, one of the elites kind of try something different. And he was the only one, it seemed like, on that line. So it was either he was trying something different or he just couldn't squeeze back in. And come to find out, it looked like he couldn't squeeze back in because he ended up, no, he's right back. He lost 1 spot there. I thought he lost more than just that one, honestly.
Well, we watched the replay, and Jason Burton, he went into La La Land, I guess. And he had trouble getting back up on the racetrack. I'm not sure if he ended up going a lap down or not. Yeah, he did end up going a lap down there, flying off of the racetrack like that, but it was contact between him and I'm not sure, Brandon. I don't know who it was.
You think the laps move fast if you're watching on the broadcast? You can only imagine if you're stuck on one camera and doing it from our view, how fast this thing actually looks. So
yeah, absolutely.
Got to show Jay Weezy some love here. Jay Weezy, you do a fantastic job, and really appreciate you running these out here for us all. So,
man, thank you, man. Hey, I just like watching the dirt racing. I'll be honest with you, the dirt is the funnest races to watch. Especially when you got a lot of great drivers like they have here at Monsters of Dirt. These guys, man, they know how to put on a show, and I know how to watch one. Might not be so good at calling it because I get a little bit excited sometimes, but I do enjoy it.
There was a couple times I think you could tell both of us were almost about to jump out of our seat there. We were both, oh, so I mean that goes to.
I've been standing up the whole time. You sitting down?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm a lazy guy when it comes to my night times here.
Oh man, I need a chair. I had to order one. All right, they're stopping on the track. You have any idea? Let's see if we can get a word in. I mean, if we can get a...
There
Pace
they go
truck's
again.
going
I wonder
behind
if, oh, here the pace car come.
Okay, we are monitoring admin now, the race control chat channel, so we should be able to hear anything that, any of that information that I have been ignoring for a little while, ever since I heard a baby crying. Is that a baby crying? I'm just kidding. All right, so we're 13 laps into this one, 35 lap race. Let's keep an eye on these guys. Josh Gayman and JD Brown are pretty much side by side here. They're back 13th and 14th, so they are working their way up. Problem is they're running out of time. Mike Keegan has been in control of this race the whole time. He's been doing a phenomenal job, especially on these restarts, and he knows how to get this thing wound up around the top.
We got about 80 people watching right now, and I know about 2 or 3 who they want to win. I'm asking you guys out there watching, put in the comments, who do you want to see win this? Who do you think's going to win this? They're back on that right side pedal. It's the loud pedal, and they're nailing it. We got a little action in the mid-pack there.
Whoa, what a slider by the 211. Alex Motors. Cardwell had to step on the other pedal, the one he don't like to. The 22, Brandyn Proudfoot, off of the racetrack. He's going to lose about 5 or 6 spots, but he's able to hang on to it as Mike Keegan continues to lead laps. Hayden Cardwell works his way up to second. Alex Smoters, Michael Sheridan, and Kyle Keene, your top 5.
Now, this is where I'm going to sound probably
caution once again.
It seems like, and even myself when I'm driving in the dirt, excuse me, on the dirt, but these restarts, sometimes until you get the car up to speed, it seems like it's kind of almost squirrelier, and you see some of these wrecks and accidents happen because 2 guys are almost getting a little squirrely there because they're not up to speed, and you wouldn't necessarily think that at a slower speed that you're squirrelier, but do you understand what I'm saying there at all?
Yeah.
Because I'm not a good driver. And I'm doing it wrong. 100%. Now I'm watching Hayden here. Are you watching Hayden at all?
Yeah, we just watched the
no more waves around. No more waves around.
Was the reason of the replay there.
2 more laps to go.
Didn't get any damage, but he did bring the caution flag out, and that's going to put him back in the back. But
so I just saw a few drivers as they're coming around this turn, they locked their brakes, and I don't know exactly what that was for, if it was just to maybe have a little fun during a pace lap, but I think Hayden just maybe likes to have a little fun pace laps.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably, yeah. This guy,
I didn't know if there's any strategy or anything in the locking him up.
Well, he's trying to get as good as JD Brown, so I think he's practicing like working the pedals and steering the thing. Yeah.
And you know, somebody gave me a good piece of advice for trying to learn dirt, and they said if you can drive the track with mostly your pedals, then you'll be a fantastic driver. So really, all that throttle control, that's the biggest thing I can stress to anybody trying to get into dirt is throttle control.
Yeah, and I couldn't figure out why I kept pointing towards the wall on the straightaways until I started working that throttle a little better. Pace truck's off the raceway. Here goes Mike Keegan once again. Hayden Cardwell tried to time it. Almost caused a little mix up there. Goes straight to the bottom, but Keegan right around the high side has to do an evasive move to miss Hayden Cardwell. That kind of slowed down that run, but he does continue to lead. Keegan off of the raceway. Oh no! Mike Keegan loses that lead, almost piles it up with about 14 other drivers.
And hats off to Smolders, who just followed Keegan on that restart and went around Hayden there. And,
oh, Lord have mercy. The cost is not going to come out for that. Those guys are not on the track. Hayden Cardwell is your leader right now.
They got a lot
of caution
action.
Finally came out. Wow. We watched that live. They kind of just ramped off into the fence there, coming into 3. Well, let's watch it one more time. That was decent.
You know, that's a good thing about Lernerville, though, is the car, if they go off the track, you don't need to throw the yellow. They're not part of the raceway anymore. So.
Oh, Lord. That was 3 of them that got together. 2 of them went off of the racetrack, but there was also More trouble before that. Some more of these sprint cars. Let's go back. Let's see if we can hit the magic button.
So we had a few guys.
There we go.
We got some Smolders. And woo, yeah, they sent it.
Yeah, that thing started back off of turn number 2. And who is that in the orange one?
Yeah, looks like he bounced off about 5 cars.
Yeah, possibility. I'm not quite sure who it is. Either way, he was getting beat around all the way down the straightaway because he couldn't get it back together there, and all those cars were coming pretty quick. So looks like we're 10 laps to go right now under caution.
Line it up
So it
tight.
looks like Gayman is 5 laps down. So his run for the night has come to a JD Brown type 305 finish, where he is the fastest guy out there for every part, and then ends up getting caught up in something there.
Yeah, we don't clear
in
black.
the final, unfortunately. And then who else? You called JD Brown there at the beginning. He is in 10th.
Yeah.
You look at Keegan. He was in that accident there that fell off, and
he's back up to 3rd.
And Hayden is falling for some reason. I don't know
Showing
if that was
Hayden
just
the leader up
for
front.
some reason.
Now we're
We're showing
top
him
3
in
to
19th
the
right now. I don't
Discord
know
for
if we pop him
interviews,
back up.
and
I don't know why it'll do that
front
to you
straightaway for
sometimes.
pictures of the leader on
Oh
victory
yeah, I
lane.
go through a lot of different things, man. Here we go. Good Lord, look at the restart that Cardwell. He went over the pit cone there down by the grass, and then right behind him, they're 3 wide with that 211 of Alex Smolders winning the race off between those guys, and still 3 wide behind him. And then look at these guys all over the place, man. What a show we got here with 7 laps to go.
And you wonder if Keegan has just too little time left here. I don't know. Obviously, he went in for a quick repair of some sort. Oh, and we got another one. I think it's going to bring out the caution. That car was spinning around, dancing, twirling.
Yeah, I'd say I didn't catch who it was.
So this is like a formatable green-white checkered, I guess, because, I mean, it's not a official, but it's going to come down to that point where I think we'll go green on 34. We'll get the white the next lap, obviously, as long as they can stay clean. So not an official green-white checkered, but if you will, I mean, a formatable one coming on to the last lap.
Alright, guys,
Would you
caution
agree with
vest
that?
is almost
I would
over.
have to agree. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it any better. Not
So
sure what the caution was for. We did go back and take a look, but
I saw there was a blue car of some sort, and I didn't get a number or anything.
yeah, that's what I was saying. I couldn't
Hit
figure
that
out
wall
who
on the outside coming into that main straightaway, and you do that, and you bounce off the wall, and he bounced into another car, or a car bounced into him, and he got sideways there.
Well, unfortunately, we don't get a whole lot of time in between these cautions because these short little dirt tracks, man, they get back going green pretty quick. Looks like this time they're going to go back single file restart. And right now it's 3 laps to go, and the pace truck's still out on the racetrack. So it will be, like you said, a 2-lap race to the end, green, white checker.
And they are they're
doubling up.
Yeah, and I think that's the right call. I mean, you've been going double this whole time. You can't single file it now.
No, absolutely.
Last run. So good call on the admins there, keeping the racing good here.
All right, well, buckle up because this one's about to kick off. 2 laps to go. The number 7 of Hayden Cardwell is the leader, and look who's on his outside, Alex Smolders.
Watch Keegan on the bottom, though. Hayden's going to want to pop up here to the top, and Keegan might try to get him on the bottom. That's
Caution comes out immediately on that one.
So we will now be under the green, white checker.
Looks like it's going to be Joe Isabel goes around. Let's find out what happened to Joe. Here's the restart.
30
Joe
laps running around here on the caution. That's a lot of fun.
grass down there and slips him around. So no contact. It was just a self spin there by Isabel. So we'll go back live.
Anyways,
Didn't
guys,
hit
it was still a
anything,
good
didn't
show,
get any
good
damage.
showing.
Car looks pretty
60
clean.
cars showed
Very
up in
good
this
looking
race,
paint
60
job
for
as
the
well.
305s. Appreciate all y'all.
Is John just going over green, white, checkered right now?
Yeah, and he said thanks to all the people for coming out and racing tonight and being very, very good admin. Let's just say that. And I appreciate the drivers for coming out and racing, man. It's been a lot of fun. I definitely want to thank you and all the people that's out there watching for coming and spending some time with me, man. I really appreciate it. Hope you had a happy new year. And this year, man, 2020, man, send it.
Oh, that is the plan over here, and I hope it's the same with you over there. And I know John and the Dirt, they're thinking the same thing here. So we got 3 guys going on the same plan. It's bound to be a good year. Hayden's on it. I guess he can't do too much with the pace car still out there. I didn't see that until he got right up on it. False alarm, exactly. I got too excited.
Sometimes I'll forget I'm watching a replay and I don't go back live, and they'll go green and I'll still be like in the replay, you know.
I felt like a complete bum because I was spotting somebody and come to find out I was on the replay.
Well,
that doesn't help.
If you're going to be around later, maybe we can hang out. Just let me know.
I'll be on for a little bit, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, I think we're getting ready to go green, Tommy boy.
Should be a good little green, white, checkered action here. Like I said, I expect Keegan to stay on that low. Ooh,
keep it straight. You got 2 more of these.
Start on the low, so I think Hayden's going to try to shoot up again. Seems like what he's done this past few times. So unless he tries to change it up here and switch it up for the behind him, I would expect Hayden to jump to the top. Keegan try to make a run on the bottom.
All right, they are tightened up, double wide, and ready to go. Green flag waves for the final time, possibly.
Getting up to the top. It just doesn't seem like Keegan really has that speed off that restart like Hayden does. So I don't know when he went into the pits. I mean, sometimes even though you gotta.
I think Proudfoot just went off.
Oh yeah, he did.
A lot of drivers having trouble there on this final lap, and they are wadded up back here. The white flag is out, still green.
You try to send it, you're trying for every position in the book at that point. And look at that. Hayden Cardwell.
Wow.
Top 3 of the front straightaway, guys. It was rough, it was ugly. We go on to next week and try to make it better.
Your winner tonight, race number 1 at Lernerville for the JIR Motorsports Slide Job Sunday. Congratulations to him.
The victory stand so quick in my life.
He's going to park it right
already up there. He's waiting on everybody. Come on, guys. Come on. Congrats to Hayden Cardwell on the
win. You can tell he knows where that is, you know?
Exactly.
I think he might have been there before.
Right.
All right, let's take a look at our race results here, and don't go nowhere. We got driver interviews coming up right after this. Hayden Cardwell, your winner. Alex Smolters, Mike Keegan, Kyle Keene, and JD Brown is your top 5. Chris Fisher, Robert Satterfield, Chris Sabaska, and Jason Giblin, along with Dave Bodillo, is your top 10. Kyle Stoltz, Alba Ducci, Joe Isabel, Josh Indick, Mike Sherrigan, Brandyn Proudfoot, Adam Buchanan, Jeremy Zarfos, Richie Preston, and Jeremy Isabel rounds out the top 20. Eiler Cummings, Burton Gayman, and Cardwell Davin, that is. It's going to round out your 25 car field race results here tonight. And Davin Cardwell and them boys having some fun down there in Victory Lane. So he's down there waiting on us. We'll go down there and talk to him here in just a second. But of course, we're going to thank all these guys.
Boy, Davin.
No, Davin was last. Oh, did I?
Oh, I thought you were. Yeah, well, I thought you were talking about Hayden.
You know, they're both the same. They're Cardwells. I'm just kidding. Hopefully I didn't.
No, I'm joking around.
He's going to be mad at me if I did, but I do want to send out my thoughts, you know, and my condolences to the Cardwells. I know Davin lost his grandmother, and just to let you know, I'm thinking about you, man. Thinking about you, buddy. All right, let's do it, man. Let's see if we can get a word in with Mike Keegan. Let's talk to him first. If we can. I'm not for sure. We still got to find the channel. And we don't have Mike Keegan. I don't believe. You see him on the radio?
Let's see, y'all.
I don't think so. So we got Alex Smolders.
Guys, make sure you're in Discord to finish this out.
All right, I'll talk to Alex, and you can talk to Hayden if you want. Let me get Alex.
Mike, are you in Discord?
Alex, it's Jay Weezy. Hey, you got a copy?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey man, what a race for you. First of all, you had the favorite paint job.
What's your name on
for
Discord?
me. I like the paint job you got on that thing. But not only that, you had a fast one, and you put on a great race there. You finished second tonight. What kept you from pulling that off?
Yeah, it was a good race. I had a fast car. It's in the warm-up section. I felt really good, but I made a couple of small changes hoping it would be for the better, but it wasn't. And Hayden was just able to get some great restarts at the end there, and I just couldn't reel him back in 2 laps. So
Yeah,
we would have had
totally
green
agree.
flag runs. It would have been halfway decent, but
Yeah, I totally agree, man. Those restarts really give the leader that advantage, and I'd have loved to have seen it if it had like a 20-lap race to the end, man. You think if you had 20 more laps, you had something for him?
I think 20 laps, I probably would have been able to get to his bumper. I don't know if I would have been able to throw a slider on, but I think he would have just been able to power back through. I don't know. I was moving my wing all race trying to get something. Couldn't quite get it to where I liked, but we were able to get second, so it's not terrible.
Absolutely, man. You definitely had a fast car, and you got the wheel. You're the wheel man tonight. You look good out there. You gonna stick around for this season? Because I'm telling you, man, I thought you had this thing.
I'll probably be popping in and out of races here and there. I ain't gonna run for points. I can't. I got other stuff to be doing on Sunday nights, but I'll pop in here and there.
Hey, man, well, it was a lot of fun watching you out there on the racetrack, and we hope to see you back. Anybody want to thank tonight for your second place finish?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Wicked Cushion, all those guys. Everybody at Kinzer Sim Team, DRC Chassis, all those guys. Brandyn, he hooked me up with a setup. I've never driven these cars here before, and I had no clue. I completely missed practice, got in with 2 minutes left in qualifying, and he tossed me a setup, and it ripped pretty hard. So yeah, I'd like to thank all them.
Man, well, I'd hate to see it if you actually been here before, man. Hey, good job out there tonight, and it was nice talking to you.
Thank you.
All right, that was Alex Smolders, and we're going to go down to Victory Lane, where I believe Tommy Boy is sitting with Hayden.
Well, hello, sir.
Hey.
I feel like I just spoke with you not too long ago.
Hey.
I don't think we'll do what we did earlier, but hey, congrats.
Woo!
Absolutely. Celebration is due in your name there. But kind of run us through, because Alex kind of hit on, you were just astronomically faster off the line on these restarts. Give us a little insight on those last couple of restarts. You just got a heck of a jump there.
Well, I just kind of knew I had the bottom to my advantage there on the restarts, because we could just throw it down there and grab the tack. While all those guys restarting on the top, they had to work their way through the slick. So I feel like if you're out front here, you're going to have the advantage. So I just kind of turned a little early and hopped into the grass, caused some traction, and was able to pull out to a decent lead. And that's what made me feel comfortable in those last couple of restarts.
Absolutely. And I gave you credit here, Hayden. Somebody put it to me when they knew you're on the team here for Wednesday nights. They said, you got the driver that will absolutely send it no matter what.
Woohoo!
You had a half a lap lead at one point, and I'm looking at you like, oh my God, man, he's going to throw it over the edge. Because you like to live on the edge there, don't you?
Oh, yeah. You know, we don't run anything but the top usually, but, you know, we're, like somebody told me, I'm either wrecking or winning, bud, so.
I think we call that checkers or records. You'll get better with that. You'll get better with that. So last thing I want to ask there, it didn't look like the track was just like crazy slick, really. I think it looked like it was a little worse in the 305. I know you weren't there, but is this the way you like a track? How does Hayden Cardwell really prefer a track, if you will, come feature time?
Oh yeah, this is mint right here. You know, I'm really not good in anything that has a lot of moisture, and whenever we can get the tracks, you know, slick bottom to top, man, it's right up my wheelhouse. And I just don't feel as comfortable as I do on tacky tracks. You know, I'm still good on it, but like if I had to prefer, you know, definitely feel like I would have a better shot winning if the track gets burned up.
Well, that is what I like to hear, sir. You are a racer, 100% there. That is the fact. So I'm going to toss the mic to you. Why don't you shout out to the people who made it possible?
Yeah, just can't thank all the boys at Bad Racing for all the help. You know, can't thank Checkers and Wreckers for helping me out, and Jay Weezy with SRT Network for helping all the boys out on Bad Racing. You know, those guys, you know, they do more than enough. Can't thank John and everybody at Monsters of Dirt for giving us a great place to run, and hopefully we can come back and race some more races with these guys. I'm looking forward to the Wednesday Night Pro Late Model that we got coming up.
Absolutely. Well, Hayden, thank you so much. I'm excited. I know you're excited. JD's excited. You got everybody excited. Way to start the season here. What other series are we going to see you running with Monsters of Dirt outside of the pros on Wednesday?
If I'm not doing anything, I'll try to make as many as I can. But you know, it's gonna be tough for me to make all the races with basketball and stuff. But if we're here and you know we're not doing anything else, we'll try to make as many as we can. That's for sure. That's
what we like to hear. Hayden, thank you so much. Congrats again, and yeah, hopefully this success is just the tip of the iceberg for us. Thank Jay Weezy. I wasn't going to make your show as inappropriate as ours, but Hayden was a character today. Yeah. I don't think I had as much fun with any single guest as we did today with Hayden. So I hope everybody keeps an eye out for this kid, because I'll tell you what, he's got a future, whether it's on iRacing or on the real tracks. He's going to be making some heads turn. So.
Yeah, and hopefully he don't bump his head too many times like I did, and it works out for him. But yeah, he's definitely got a bright future ahead of him. And tonight, it looked good for him, man. You know, and just watching him, he knows how to find that grip, man. Everywhere you look, he's trying to find grip somewhere on the racetrack. If it's just keeping that right rear or that left side tire or right side tires into that little bit of tack that's out there, or on the restarts diving straight to the bottom just to get to it for a second, you know. So he definitely knows how to get around these racetracks when they're slick like this. And hey, congratulations to him on the win. And also Alex Smolders, Mike Keegan, all of these guys, Kyle Keene, JD Brown, they all had a great race. And the GOAT finished 5th, so, you know, we feel good about that.
Got to give a shout-out there to the war faction of, Joshua Gayman?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I mean, he was extremely fast tonight. If you gave a hard charge, it'd be hard not to say him. But unfortunately, his night ended in the pits there. Like I said, very unfortunate. But that is racing, Jay Weezy, and we're here to cover it.
And I really enjoyed it, especially having you up here, man. So thanks again for coming out and watching it with me. Help me call this thing. Thanks to all the people that are out there watching, or anybody that will watch this. We definitely appreciate the support over here at SRTV Network. We couldn't do it without you guys. Thanks to Monsters of Dirt for letting us back on board this season for Slide Job Sundays. We will be back live on Tuesday with the limited late models for the Dark Horse Motorsports, I believe. But yeah, we'll have some more information coming up here in the next day or so on that. So tune back in Tuesday night if you get a minute. And thanks to all the drivers for coming out. Everybody to watch, thank you once again, Tommy Boy, man. It was a pleasure being up here with you.
I had an absolute blast, and thanks for showing me a little of the ropes here, man.
Yeah, man. Maybe we can do it again. And like I said, if you're going to be around, maybe we can hang out for a little bit. Everybody that's going to do it tonight for SRTV Network, Tommy Boy, Checkers and Wreckers, and all the guys at Monsters of Dirt. Until next time, I'm Jay Weezy. Everybody have a great night.